Welcome back to Sharing Solutions, the how-tos in business. I'm your host, Janice Jokkel, and today we're going to talk about this month's book club book. I am passionate about Patrick Lencioni's work and a big fan of his. And what I know is that trust is one of the layers in your business that you must have to succeed and move forward. Today we're going to talk about the 5 building blocks in your business. Patrick Lencioni wrote a book called Five Dysfunctions of a Team. I like to say the trust-based leadership pieces to your team. So let's talk about trust. How do we build trust? How do we take your team and build the trust that you need to succeed in every department that you have? How do we build the pieces in your business that will bring conflict? Because conflict is a piece of your business that you can't get rid of, but it's how do you handle the conflict? Healthy conflict is always normal. It's how we show up that matters. How do we handle the conflict of somebody having disagreement? It's healthy to have the collaboration, and if you don't have conflict, that's a big red flag. The third building block you're going to see is commitment. Do you have the commitment in your team to get you to the steps and the goals that you're trying to reach? Accountability. Now let me talk about accountability for a second, because this is every single time I come into a team and I look at and diagnose the 5 pieces of building a trust-based leadership team. The exercise that we do is an assessment, and that assessment tells a story. That story ending is how do we build the best team possible to move forward? Almost every single time, accountability is the key problem in an organization. Why? Because A, leaders don't want to be bold to be able to get their team accountable to meeting the goals or meeting a deadline or whatever it is that has accountability wrapped alongside of it. Accountability is a healthy piece to your business. It is mandatory to be able to get to the next steps of results, which is our 5th building block. It is how do we get our team to meet the deadlines, meet the results? And then what is the glue that holds all 5 of these pieces together? Training. You must build a training program within your team so that you build the trust within that team. If they know what you're expecting through the training process in your company, then they'll trust you for giving them feedback. The next piece is the conflict. If you've got trust as your basis and your foundation, it's almost like building a house, right? Is the foundation of your business needs to start with trust. Then you put some cement in between that building block, which is called training and communication. And then you've got your next step of building that conflict and allowing that healthy conflict to flow, because everybody says they have an open door policy, but until that time comes, do you really have an open door policy? And then you put another layer, communication. You know, communication and training is going to be the cement that holds this pyramid together. And then you move to commitment, right? Do you have the buy-in from your business climate, the big people in your business that's going to commit to doing what needs to be done? And the accountability. Every single one of these layers has pieces that have to be cemented with training and communication. So let's talk about communication for a second. Oftentimes we find that communication or miscommunication or lack of communication is what's the breakdown of these 5 components. Oftentimes we tell people what they want to hear but mean something else. Or We're driver type personality, and we just shoot bullets out by saying, I need this, 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 and done. And then the person receiving that information has no idea that you have a deadline, when it's due, what needs to happen, how it needs to be done. You just shoot bullets out and say, this is what I need, and then walk away and expect it to get done. I'll give you an example. I need a report done by 5 o'clock because I'm going to a client the next day. The conversation may state, hey, Susie, I need this report done. And I walk out of her office. She's got a million things on her desk. I come back in, say, hey, I need that report. I'm ready to take that report with me. And then I never gave her a timeline, what I needed it for, how I wanted it done. Who is setting up who for failure? Me as the leader, I'm setting her up for failure. She doesn't have my trust anymore because I compromised that conversation. We're going to have conflict because I didn't share when I needed it done. I'm holding her accountable, and the commitment that she has is going to be broken down. And when I go to hold her accountable, she's not ready because I never told her when I needed that task done. And then results is out the window. So as an example, communication is key to every single business. I don't care if you run a cupcake shop and you have one employee, or you're running a multi-million-dollar company with multiple departments, partnerships, a board, it doesn't matter. These 5 components are the key to success in every business, and the communication piece and training is what cements these building blocks to move forward. So, my name is Janice Jokkel. I'd love to have a conversation with you. If you feel that any one of these are a breakdown in your company, let's chat. Until next time, when we look at the 6 components of building your business. Toodles.